Showtime.
Bro, Chris Paul has better handles than AI.
Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, man. Young Bulls Podcast here. Election special. Hopefully everybody went out to go vote today. Here with my boy Jay. Welcome back to the show, Jalen. Welcome back.
Appreciate it.
But as polls are, closing and results are starting to come in, where we at right now, it's 179 to 214. Trump's up right now. Last update I just got is that he just won Idaho. But Jay, I just want to get your thoughts on the election so far, man. How you feeling about the election? You said you're before we got on, you said that you're booking your flight to Canada, bro, Nova Scotia. So give me your thoughts about what's going on in the election and everything like that, bro.
All jokes aside, but we're still waiting for almost all the swing states. Yeah. Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, Michigan. And somehow it's saying Minnesota is red. All those, okay, they're nowhere near done reporting the votes. Yeah, so we still waiting on all the results from the swing states, man. I think we're in good hands so far, bro. Typically, the Republican votes get counted first anyway.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're in good hands right now. We're in good hands.
Look, for me, man, I would just, I was talking about my mom and everything like that. It's like, it's like we said before, it's an interesting time, man. To be alive during like this election. Obviously, this election has very, very huge ramifications for how the future of the country is going to move. But I feel like, as far as just Temple itself, shout out to Temple. Man, you guys really did y'all thing today going out to go vote. I saw a lot of people out to go vote today. It was a lot of events.
We could have canceled school though. We definitely could have canceled school.
We could have. I mean, I didn't even have any of my classes. I only had like one class, and that was like for like 20 minutes for sure. But we definitely could have canceled.
I definitely emailed all my teachers. I'm not coming to class today.
But yeah, man,
they were fine with it. They excused my absence. They were fine with it.
I would hope so. But what are they gonna do? But I definitely feel like Temple really did a good job of trying to enforce people to go out and go vote, make a difference. I feel like as far as Monday I went to the Kamala Harris rally in Philly. It's a huge turnout there. Oprah was there. The Roots performed. There was a lot of big name people there trying to hammer home, we can't go back and that we need to go out and go vote. And I feel like we did a good job. It's really right now, like Jay said, we're just waiting. I've seen a lot of memes on Twitter about it's the witching hour. It's like 2-minute drill, stuff like that. It's a really nerve-wracking time because this could either go really good or you could see me and Jay both doing episodes from Canada in like the next couple of months. University of Phoenix. So, yeah, it's nerve-wracking for sure. With this election special though, like we wanted to come on, talk about the election a little bit. But we also wanted to get some guests, low key. So, I'm not gonna lie to you. We're gonna keep talking, but I'm gonna keep trying to hit people up, see if they're trying to join, talk about the election and stuff like that. But Jay, is there anything else you want to say, man? Anything else you want to say?
Keep hopes high, man. Don't feel down. Keep hopes high. We pulling through. We trying to pull through.
No, we're trying. Oh my gosh, you're trying, man. It's definitely a thing where you can't have an attitude that it's not going to work. I mean, if you went out to go vote today, that's literally the best you could do. It's literally the only thing you could control. Everything else is not in your control. You can't control what people in other states are going to do. You can only do what you can. And what you did was go out and go vote. Hopefully you took some people out who, didn't have a way to go vote as well. Hopefully you guys did y'all thing. But with this whole election thing, man, it's, couldn't stress it enough. It's a huge election. Like I said in my video I posted earlier today, talking about voting, I said that, it's abortion rights on the line with this election, immigration, gun laws, jobs, taxes. I mean, you name it. It's a lot of stuff that's on the line in this election.
Yeah, a lot of topics at hand, man.
A lot of topics. So if you chose to stay home and you chose to not really make your voice heard, then whatever happens, whatever happens, whoever wins, you can't complain about what's going on because you didn't take the time out of your day to, you know, try to stop it. It's it's like, you can't do anything about it. So it's definitely a thing like that, man. It's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next couple of hours. Um, Honestly, I feel like for me, I'm looking right now at updates of this right now to see if there's like any any live updates or anything like that. I'm seeing reports about like Minnesota being red, like Jalen said. Um,
Like it says they're at 12% reporting of their votes, so they're nowhere near done. And Tim Walz is from Minnesota's gonna be blue. Minnesota's gonna
I
be
hope so, man. I hope so because as much as I
blue.
want
There is no possible way. There is
Jalen,
no possible
Jalen,
way.
Jalen, you got to also think as much as I want to be confident and say that, it's going to be blue, we saw what happened in 2016, bro. As much confidence that, like, in 2016, you got to think too, Jay. We had so much confidence in the world that, like, oh, like, Trump's not going to win. There's no way in the world he's going to win this election. That we woke up the next day and it's like Donald Trump is the 45th president elect. And it's like, bro, what? So I want to have confidence, but until I see that thing go final, I'm not, I'm not taking anything for a grain of salt, man. It's hard to, especially in this day and age, for sure. Um, but yeah, man, it's definitely gonna be something interesting. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else as far as this election and everything that's going on, man. Jay, you got anything, bro?
I feel like regardless of the results of this election, I feel like there's gonna be a negative backlash from either one of the parties. Um, if Kamala wins, there's definitely gonna be a lot of bad things going on around the United States. Who knows? I don't even want to speak that into existence, but who knows what's gonna happen. If Donald Trump wins, there's also going to be a lot of uproar. Like, what are we doing as a country? So
I
it's the
think
key election, but yeah, it's going to be a lot that comes with it.
my thing is this though, Jay. My thing is this. I mean, bad stuff's gonna happen regardless of who wins, but I feel like it's a weird way to look at it. Bad things happening with the right person in office versus bad things happening with the worst option in office. That's like, it's different. You get what I'm saying? Like when Obama was in office, there was stuff that was going on while he was president, yes. But when Trump was in office, there was also stuff that was going on too. Like I can't stress this enough, like the Unite the Right rally. There was a lot of, issues with, gun laws, school shootings, all this stuff, right? So it's kind of like I don't know, man. It just I can't even stress enough like the whole with the abortion thing. Like I remember like we were at the rally on Monday and they were talking about it and they were talking about like what could happen if Trump's in office. And it's like, yo, and even with Project 2025, like I didn't read the whole thing.
Oh my lord, man.
I didn't read the whole thing, but just like looking at some of the highlights of what that entails, it's not a good sign, man. It's not good. It's not good for anyone. And
Not at all.
it's stripping people from more freedoms and more things that they should be able to have in the U.S. And it's going to make us as a country look like a laughing stock, out of the whole like global powers and stuff like that. And I mean, I just don't feel like going through another 4 years with Trump in office again. And I'm not speaking for myself. Hopefully, other people who are like around my age or just been following what's been going on and everything like that know that we can't afford to have another 4 years of this in office. And also, too, let's also put this in perspective as well. Trump is 82. You get what I'm saying? Like Trump is like old. Like Trump is old.
He's very old.
He's old.
He's
He's very old.
And I
Go ahead.
I feel like we also look over like okay, we know all the bad things that could happen if he becomes president, but we also look over like he has 34 felony counts, like 34 felony charges.
Come on.
And if he becomes president, he will be acquitted for all 34 of those counts.
Oh, so those will be
That's
dropped?
just outrageous.
Those will be dropped?
Yes. He will be immune. Are you? Yes.
It's just
He will not see jail time at all if he becomes president.
It's definitely a thing where it's like it's definitely a thing where it's like it's definitely a thing where it's like you don't want it to happen. Obviously, as a black man in America, we definitely can't afford this to happen because Trump embodies everything that, as people, we're told to not, told to like not have values that represent like, racism, bigotry, things like that. And Trump embodies all of that stuff. We can't have that. And like you said, he was charged twice. He was impeached. I don't even know how in the world he's able to run for office, but he is. And it's definitely a thing where it's like, I don't know. It's just, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand. And it's just nuts. It's nuts that someone who incited the January 6th, storming of the Capitol is able to a year later be able to run again for office. Because like I
Yeah.
said before, if that was anybody else, if that was Barack Obama who incited that whole thing, Obama would not have been. He would have
They
been.
would have hung him at the stake. Oh
Yes,
my
he would have been
gosh,
barred.
no.
He would have been barred from being able to do anything or say anything about or even run again. And I just think I think it's whack and it's ridiculous. So I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't understand.
Yeah, I feel like he's definitely placed on the pedestal. I don't. It definitely has to do with his race, and he's just a stereotypical American white male.
And also too, I can't stress this enough. Before the first time he was elected, he had no prior political experience. You saw what happened when he went into office when he had no political experience. And you guys want to run that back with him with literally one term of president under his belt? You think that's gonna be better? Like no, like real talk, Jay. Like you think after another term with Trump, you think that things are truly gonna get better in the United States, bro?
Not at all.
Literally the whole mantra "Make America Great Again." What does that even mean?
There's definitely some like
There's some racial undertone to it. I know.
yeah,
It's
most
definitely some
definitely, most
undertone to it,
definitely.
man. Because America, like I remember back in 2016, I had a civics and economics teacher, Mr. White, because he was my 8th grade history teacher, economics teacher, whatever. And he used to have us watching the news like during the class and stuff like that, and we used to talk about it. And it was like right in the midst of like the Trump presidency and everything. So almost every class we were talking about what's going on. I remember we were talking about the election and everything, and he was like, "Yeah, make America great again. What does that sound like?" He's like, "That sounds like a racial undertone, and it sounds like what do you mean by great? Like, what do you mean by great again? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean by great again? In order for a country to be great again, it means that it wasn't great before, which means that the prior president, Obama, prior president, 43 and 40, Barack Obama and everything like that, I guess he didn't make the country great. And, I felt like we're seeing that and then seeing who was associated with that. And then also, too, another thing I wanted to talk about with you as well, speaking of Make America Great Again, is the Nick Bosa thing. I know we didn't have really a chance to really like discuss it,
Oh yeah.
but I feel like this would be a perfect time to talk about it too. But yeah, what do you think about like what Nick Bosa did on Sunday Night Football?
Uh, there's it's very hypocritical because first off, the NFL bans any form of political endorsement or any form of political messaging within from the players. They don't even allow fans to come in with political shirts, political anything political. And so for him to come onto the field and storm a on-field interview with his "Make America Great Again" hat, it just from what we've seen in the past when a black individual did something political with the backing of a U.S. veteran at that, and was still blackballed and expelled from the NFL, and Nick Bosa isn't receiving any form of punishment. I believe he was fined a small amount, but that doesn't it doesn't it doesn't equal what happened to Colin Kaepernick or what we've seen in the past with a black individual with a bigger and better message at that.
Right. I was talking to my man Jamal about this. Um, I was talking to my man Jamal, and I basically said that I feel like it was selfish. You're taking a moment away from your players after celebrating a win against a big time team to show who you view politically, who you view with politically. And I also feel like, as well, another thing about it that is alarming is that you did that at that point in time, and then afterwards, when people asked you questions, you said, "I don't want to talk about it."
Oh yeah, I was about to say
yeah,
definitely in the post game interviews he was asked about it and he didn't want to speak about it then. Like if you were going to promote it then, why not
yeah,
continue and talk about it now?
and it's like,
It clearly shows how you made a mistake and you knew what you did was hypocritical and bad. It
if
shows that you realized that.
you know Nick Bosa, if you watch NFL or you just have heard of the name, if you heard of the Bosas, you kind of, if you understand, like if you know them, or like if you like seen like the stuff they talk about, you kind of already have an idea. Like you're like, okay, like they like Trump, but like even like there's people in the NFL who probably support him, but they're not showing or brandishing his stuff and showing that stuff off. You get what I'm
They're
saying? Like,
simply not allowed. That's the
yeah,
worst
it's
part.
not
They're
allowed.
not allowed. He should be. There should be way more punishment than what he received.
And I like how you talked about the punishment tip about it as well, because it's so funny as you talk about this. You are, you see like, whole thing with Kaepernick and everything like that. Like you said, how he got blackballed out the league and how Kaepernick was basically stripped everything that he was stripped away from pretty much everything that he was trying to do when it comes to playing in the NFL and standing up for what he believes in, for human rights, not even political views, just human rights, police brutality type things. And he was
Especially receiving backing from an NFL veteran at that. Before he took the knee, he just wouldn't stand for the
right.
what was it the anthem or
Yeah,
whatever they
yeah,
call it. He wouldn't stand for it. He would just sit on the bench. And so not an NFL, an Army veteran reached out to him and said, "I feel like it would be more symbolic if you take a knee instead of
right,
sitting on the bench because it shows you're doing action opposed to what you're normally supposed to do," and something like that.
right,
So he had backing from a veteran who also mentioned he had different political views than Colin Kaepernick, but they still came together and came up with an alternate idea rather than sitting on the bench and getting his message heard.
right. And like I said before, just as literally just as I'm saying this, update, Trump has won North Carolina and it's 16 electoral votes, 179 to 230. That's recent update from Apple.
And I just looked it up. Nick Bosa wasn't even fined, so
Oh, he
that's even
wasn't?
worse.
But yeah, like, I mean, are you surprised at this point, man? Like, honestly, like, we're looking at the NFL and their history of, issues like that. The NFL hasn't really taken, like, even with the whole It Takes All of Us campaign with the racism, that didn't happen until after Kaepernick left the league, after he was blackballed out of the league. Before Kaepernick, Kaepernick taking a knee thing, there was not really that many racism or say no to racism campaigns in the NFL. The only thing I remember from the NFL was the Play 60 campaign and breast cancer awareness, military appreciation. I don't remember anything relating to like Black Lives Matter or anything saying no to
The
racism.
Play 60 thing, that's you said the Play 60 thing, right?
Yeah, that was like the.
And I believe they had a cancer thing as well before
Oh
that.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Breast cancer and breast
Oh
cancer,
yeah.
military, and Play 60. I don't remember anything relating to, I don't remember anything relating to saying no to racism at all. And until the George Floyd thing happened and they were back in the Super Bowl and everything, that's the first time I saw anything about it takes all of us to stop racism. Which, for a league that's been around for 100 years, is absolutely nuts. It's nuts. And it's ridiculous. And it's sad that it had to take this long. It's sad that it had to take somebody taking a knee in order for the NFL to actually do something. Even when the NFL did do something, they kicked the person out who was being a trailblazer for standing up for what he believes in. And it's nuts. You don't see when the people in the NBA, when they did that, when LeBron did that, David Stern or Adam Silver, whoever was in charge at that point, they didn't say we're going to suspend him. No. If you suspend Braun, that's literally half of the market right there. So I just feel like it's ridiculous. It's just nuts. It's ridiculous, and the fact that Nick Bosa wasn't fined for it is completely, not a surprising move by the NFL because it's the NFL. But it just goes to show, just when they want to pick and choose when something of that magnitude, when it matters, and also too, it also further shows how with the NFL, again, it's an issue of not what's being represented, it's who is representing the thing that's being shown on television. Because like I said, if it was a black person and they had a Harris Walls hat on, that probably would have caused an alarm.
I feel like
Or actually, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What you gonna say today? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I feel like due to Nick Bosa not being fined, I feel like there should be like a bunch of African American players that do try to endorse the and get the Kamala Harris. Just as a rebuttal to Nick Bosa, I mean, I'm sure they'll get fined, but I feel like it'll be another important. I mean, it'll be a message.
Because my thing is this, James. My thing is this. It's like you go and do that, and you do that in front of your teammates and stuff like that. And maybe your teammates know that you support Trump. Maybe your teammates know that where you stand politically. But does it ever occur to you that that could also drive a wedge between you and your teammates as well? Because I know for a fact there's probably people on that team who keep their views to themselves, but they support something that you obviously don't support. And I mean, I just don't understand like how you go about it as a team. I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like that could definitely mess with the morale a little bit. That could definitely mess with morale, and that could definitely mess with like a locker room. If you have somebody who's doing that in front of a live, TV and stuff like that, and basically like there's African American players on the team, and I know I'm not tripping when I say I'm at least sure that at least 40% of them don't support Trump. You get what I'm saying? So you doing that on a team like that, I just feel like it's no place for it. It's no place. It's no place. As I just got another update, Kamala Harris has won Oregon. Yep, won Oregon, and it's 8 electoral votes, 187 to 230. And it's pretty sure it's first to 270, right?
Yep. One thing I'm a bit confused about is how do some of the states get like, okay, so Oregon it says 58% done reporting its all the votes.
Mm.
But I'm just a little bit confused how she won it already without all the votes being counted.
Maybe it's a
Same with like, yeah, maybe it's projection. I don't know.
Literally, I'm
Electoral votes is a
telling
bit
you guys right
confusing.
now, when you guys are listening to this, I'm telling you guys right now that this is from Apple News. This is this is from Apple News update. So I literally have it like
I'm
it's
on
like
Google, so
literally have it like it's like a red zone thing. Like you could see like the updates right there through the phone and everything like that. But yeah, I'm doing my part, man. I'm anxious. Like Jay said, we may have to book our flights to Nova Scotia tonight. We don't know. We don't know. It's definitely
no, I feel like we're gonna have to wait a few days before we get the actual results
how long you think
until all the ballots are
you think
counted.
it's gonna be Friday or
Yeah, I don't know. 2020, it took a few days, a few extra days, and you know how that went. So,
but also too, I feel like with 2020, the reason why that was the case as well is because people weren't really voting in person in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like
I mean,
most people were doing like
yeah.
mail-in stuff too.
So that means it might take longer because there are actual physical votes now.
We'll see. I feel like, I mean, at worst, I feel like we can get results as early as Thursday, late as Monday. But it's definitely.
I don't think it's gonna be as long as Monday. Maybe, yeah, maybe Thursday,
I'm
Friday.
not gonna lie to you, though, bro. Like I said, this is definitely a nerve-wracking time, man. This is the most tuned in I've been to the election since Obama's first term, and I wasn't even tuned in like that. My mom was basically giving me updates on what was happening with Obama's with the voting thing, and I don't know. It just feels like I said as a first-time voter, That's what I wanted to ask you too. Like as a first-time voter, man, like how you feel about taking part in this election, taking part in doing this, and being a part of history pretty much, man. So, how you feel about it?
It feels good, man. It's actually pretty. It's really crazy how. I mean, my first time voting is happens to be like this election, one of the biggest elections we've seen, one of the most controversial elections we've seen. Like, there's just so much at stake, so much at risk.
Facts.
The like, I guess animosity between the two parties. It's less politics and more of like
Nah,
bickering.
I feel you. I feel you. I like I said yesterday, man, or whenever I post that thing, like being a first time voter is definitely something, it's a cool feeling. Being a part of history, being able to, contribute to the process of electing a new official and stuff like that for the United States. Being able to see, your beliefs and your ideals and stuff be carried out into the, highest, honor of being a president. It's definitely an exciting time. And that's why I'm like, I can't really stress this enough. Like, I'm really proud of like how everyone's like really been adamant about voting today. I've been seeing all throughout social media and stuff like that, even with my school. I said it earlier, but people have been going out to go vote. They've been making plans to go vote. They've been missing classes to go vote, and people have been going out to make sure that they take part in this election, and they're not staying home. So, salute to everyone for real, because obviously, Pennsylvania is a swing state, so it could literally go either way, and not just for Pennsylvania.
Wait, I have a question. Denari, did you vote in Pennsylvania? Like you registered to vote in Pennsylvania?
I did mail-in. So when my mom came up for homecoming, she just gave me my mail-in ballot, and I just voted then, and then I got it, mailed. That makes sense, right? You get what I'm saying?
Oh wait. So when you registered to vote, what state did you register?
Virginia.
Oh, well, why did you say Maryland? That's
Did I
what I
say
was
Maryland?
confused about. You did say
Oh, my
Maryland.
fault, my fault, my fault. Yeah,
I was
Virginia.
like, okay,
My
yeah.
fault,
Go
Virginia.
ahead.
Yeah, I was so good. Yeah, my fault, my fault. But yeah, um, mailed in and everything like that. So yeah, it's a cool experience. It's fun. I'm looking forward to taking part in more, in the future. But definitely with this presidential election, this is like it's really like the biggest one. And for me to be able to be a part of history and stuff like this is special. So yeah, it's fun
Definitely,
time. I'm
definitely.
nervous though. I can't stress this enough. Like
Yeah, of course. I feel like, yeah.
I don't even think you can sugarcoat it. Like I feel like everyone is nervous about this. I've heard people say they couldn't study. Uh Bernie, oh, we got another update. Republican Senator from Ohio, Bernie Moreno, has won his Senate race. So in the House, that is
That was a red state.
yeah, in the House, it is 167 Republicans to 114 Democrats, and for Senate, it's 49 Republicans to 40 Democrats. So,
Mm.
oh man, but yeah, Jalen, anything else you want to say, man?
I'm trying to think. Uh, I can't think of nothing right now. We in tough times right now. We in tough times. We in tough times.
Yeah, we are, man. We are. That's why it's really adamant. Hopefully, you guys went out to go vote, made a difference. We're going to continue monitoring like the election and stuff like this. Obviously, we're going to continue. Um, yeah, it's 11:30 right now. If you guys want, what we may end up doing is, for me, tomorrow, what I may end up doing is we may just be doing this a little live, election thing again, probably until the results come out. Actually, that's
Yeah, I think we should definitely do like an episode for the results as well.
yeah.
Regardless of the results, we
Yeah.
definitely gotta do an
Nah.
episode for.
Oh my God.
Definitely gotta do an episode.
If the results go the way that it shouldn't go, that ever
Hey, let's just keep the right stuff in the air,
that's gonna
man.
be
We gonna
hilarious. I'm already knowing
we
it's gonna
like
be probably one of the funniest clips, bro. But yeah, that's still gonna be the plan for tomorrow though. We're gonna do another live episode. We're gonna do another, election special. We're gonna have a special guest too tomorrow. My man Rob, if y'all know Rob, he makes music and stuff like that. He just dropped a tape last week, EP last week. Make sure y'all go check that out. But he gonna be on. He gonna talk about his music and stuff like that. But yeah. With that being said, thank y'all for tuning into the first ever Young Bulls podcast. Election special.
election special.
Election special.
Yeah.
Hopefully we did our part. We tried. we followed it the best we could. It's probably gonna be more updates when you guys hear this episode, whatever like that. But thank you guys for tuning in. More information coming soon about the spring live episode. But keep it locked. More episodes, more stuff coming in. The 50th episode is also on its way too. Don't forget about it. 50th episode is on its way.
It's gonna be a big one. It's gonna be a big one. We're gonna have a few guests on. We're gonna have a few guests on.
We're gonna have
We
some
gotta get
guests
that
on.
one.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. But thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.